Prescott in the pocket, fires a little, intercepted at the goal line. And Hicks thought about running it out. He'll just take a knee there and bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. So right over the middle and picked off at the goal line.
Jordan Hicks right here is going to read this one all the way. He's going to go to the inside receiver first, but in a zone defense has the ability to react back off of that. And for Dak Prescott, there are just lessons that have to be learned the hard way. That was not a difficult read, and he just never ever saw Jordan Hicks. That's the gamesmanship going on right now.
And the play fake and a wobbly pass, and it's picked off. That's Rodney McLeod, who intercepts the deflected pass and sets Philadelphia up deep in Dallas territory. The way it came out of his hand looked like it might have been tipped early.
Well, what happened early was left tackle Byron Bell got beat quickly, so Prescott had to get it out of his hands, and then the ball is tipped, flies up in the air, and there's McLeod. And we see this a lot with the Philadelphia Eagles. Pressure leads to contact downfield, leads to interceptions, and that is how they've been winning a lot of games this season. Well back.
Got four guys on the line, everybody else way back, deep downfield into traffic, intercepted by Darby. And that's the second pick of Prescott tonight. Barnett put the heat on, deep downfield. Jones family looking on, and they've watched their team turn the ball over again.
Well, one of the things that Dak Prescott does not do are things like this. Now, you just don't do this. You see the defense waiting way back there. And let's go ahead and give a little recognition now. Ronald Darby coming back. They expected him to be their #1 corner. Made the big play in the end zone and comes up with a big interception right here. And the Philadelphia Eagles have another one waiting in the wing as far as cornerbacks are concerned. Sidney Jones, their #2 draft pick this year, is going to be ready soon. So it's entirely possible this secondary of the Eagles really improved. And everything's been working here in the second half.
Oh, yeah. And look out. Prescott was the arm coming forward. They say the play is still alive. And this is Bradham, who's going to run it in for the touchdown. At least for the moment. Chris Long created the fumble, and that is the ruling on the field right now as they envelop Prescott. Ruled a fumble and a touchdown. Chris Long last year with New England earned a ring there, came over in free agency with Philadelphia, and he creates this. Here he is.
Look at Derek Barnett stretch and get that bicep, and the ball comes out and goes backwards. So this bevy of pass rushers continues to hunt, and Byron Bell, the one beaten on that play. So the left tackle position without Tyron Smith continues to be the issue, and we are beginning to build in the NFC somewhat of a Super Bowl favorite. You can throw it, great play action, and they're only half of that right now.
4th and 10. Prescott escapes, throws, picked off in the end zone. And that's Jenkins, and he thinks better than to come back out. So that's the first time in his career flag is thrown at the end of the play. They get the ball. We have 7 minutes to play. It's 37-9. Tough night for Dak.
And has to be able to disrupt Prescott. Amari Cooper's been shut out. This one's picked in the direction of Cooper, and Rasul Douglas has it. Big play for Philadelphia out across the 15. His second of the year, a bit underthrown, and Douglas was there. It's a takeaway, just the 10th for this Philly D at the right time. Try to win this thing for this Eagles team. Prescott protected, throws high, and he's picked. Intercepted. Corey Graham with the return. Out of bounds inside the 5. Had a receiver wide open. Michael Gallup and Dak Prescott threw it over his head for the interception, first of the year by Corey Graham.
Yeah, Corey Graham right here, and what a job he does, but he's just playing deep. And he just has to catch the ball because there's a wide open it's Gallup, who was running the 18-yard square in, and he's wide open. And you just got to lay that. All you got to do is beat the linebacker with the ball. That's a lot of space and a lot of margin for error for a quarterback, and he just sails it. And Graham sitting back there, and Christmas came early for him. They've got some answers, and he's given this team a psychological boost.
3rd and 8, pressure on Prescott, ball comes out. Picked up by Philadelphia. That is the 3rd takeaway for this Eagles defense, as Michael Bennett knocked it out, and Brandon Graham came away with it.
Well, Michael Bennett comes around, you're going to see the ball drop. Like Dak Prescott, when you go to move up in the pocket, you've got to secure the football with both hands, and you can't get reckless with it, especially you see you got one hand on the ball, and this has been a problem. It's been a problem for Carson Wentz. It has been again tonight, and this has been a reoccurring issue for Dak Prescott in this offense. We talked about, Joe, the struggles of Philadelphia offensively, even though it was just a 9-point game.
From the other era, but once again, you're too powerful.
Oh, get out of town. Play fake, deep downfield into double coverage, and that one is picked off in the end. That's amazing. Jalen Mills, he starts to run out with it and then decides no, he's not going anywhere with it. What a play. So Prescott tries to go for the ultimate kill shot here with a 20-point lead, and instead gets picked off in the end zone. Philly ball when we come back. Great play.
Prescott to the end zone. Pass is broken up. Eagles take over. Sidney Jones made the play in front of Michael Gallup.
One-on-one, as we've seen throughout this game, and the Cowboys just unable to take advantage of it for the most part. This time Sidney Jones, the 4th corner, coming in off the bench, who is able to make the biggest play of the game.
The Cowboys do have all 3 of their timeouts left. And we are told by Tony Correnti that they are reviewing this.
2nd and 6, just inside the 5. Dak from his own end zone, lost the football. Comes out, the Eagles have it, and it's a touchdown for Philadelphia. Fletcher Cox, the heartbeat of this Eagles defense. And just what Philadelphia needed to answer.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And again, it's Javon Hargrave. We talked about him. He's been the most disruptive defensive tackle in the National Football League through the first 2 weeks of the season. And right there, he affects the game, Louis.
Yeah, you see, he went after the weakest link on the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, center Biadasz. That's who he just took and drove him back into the lap of Dak Prescott. Look, he told us, he said, coming from the 3-4 in Pittsburgh and going to a 4-3 last year, he had to get used to getting up on his toes and getting off the ball and playing with penetration and get off. Well, I think he showed you right there. He's made the adaptation. That's a big-time play.
Build up a little bit. This Dallas passing game gets even better.
On the fake, Prescott, little roll out, and it's intercepted by Sweat. Josh Sweat breaks a tackle. Sweat is going to score.
if you're Dak Prescott, you don't want to see this. Take a look here at Dalton Schultz. He's going to block, and he's going to release in the flat. He's wide open. Dak just doesn't get enough on the ball. What an impressive play there by Sweat, the stiff arm. And he's able to take it all the way.
The 45, Prescott in trouble. Cox lost the football. Jalen Carter, the rookie, has picked it up, and Carter will score. Game on. The veteran Fletcher Cox with a game-changing play, and the first-round pick out of Georgia makes this a 12-point game.
Well, there you go. The Philadelphia Eagles say, offense, if you can't score, we will. And Fletcher Cox, we talked about him earlier in the evening. He has been sensational. They're going back against Zach Martin, gets the ball out, and the big guy rumbles in, and now we have a game.
Prescott looking, rolling traffic, it's intercepted. Reed Blankenship picks it off in the end zone.
Yeah, clean pocket, Blankenship just kind of a little tug on the jersey, but not enough to get a call. Dak really not pressured there. I'm not quite sure what he was looking at. Two green jerseys undercutting that, which they're always going to do that on the goal line. Poor decision and huge job taking an opportunity away from the Cowboys.